Note the low forehead denoting stupidity, the dull look of a trapped animal. You may take him now for interrogation, but I want the body saved for the Cultural Museum. He'll make an interesting display.
People.
Hello everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at a classic Star Trek episode, Patterns of Force. What will be the first of many in a tradition of battling these goose-stepping bastards in the Star Trek universe. So let's check it out. This is first and foremost an entertaining episode, a chance to get our beloved classic Trek characters into Nazi uniforms. This episode came out in 1965, basically at the height of World War II television, with the Rat Patrol, combat, and Hogan's Heroes in full swing. With anxieties over the Cold War, World War II stories were being told from a more light-hearted perspective, almost treated as westerns in many ways. Most people like myself will certainly enjoy this episode. We all love seeing Nazis Kirk-chopped and Vulcan-pinched. The episode does, however, miss the mark, at least on its potential as a powerful social critique of 20th century Earth history, which often Star Trek does so well. The episode starts out with the Enterprise and crew investigating the disappearance of John Gill, a respected anthropologist or xenoanthropologist, someone who observes and studies alien cultures. He was respected in the Federation and one of Captain Kirk's history professors at Starfleet Academy. On the planet Ecos, Kirk and Spock beam down to search for Gill. They are amazed to find a civilization that nearly exactly resembles Nazi Germany, from the uniforms, militarism, to the racial ideology. The only connection this society could have had to Earth's history is Professor Gill. Naturally, in order to hunt down Gill and investigate what has happened, our protagonists end up in Nazi uniforms. Kirk can't help but admire his. There has always been something alluring about Nazi uniforms, which sort of blends with the point of the episode towards the end. Kirk and Spock, of course, are apprehended, and you get a nice cliché escape scene, and I'm here for it. Though it's one of the more cringy escape scenes, it probably could have used a reshoot. Kirk's cuffs are obviously not secure for simply far too long to ignore, but the actors push through the scene anyway. Maybe it does make the scene a little more fun in the end. Kirk and Spock, with the help of an underground resistance, do eventually locate Gill. Gill has been made the Führer, head of this alien Nazi government. However, he seems to be in a drugged state when addressing the planet. Bones is beamed down, and the away team hatch a plan to access Gill and perform a medical assessment. It is indeed found that Gill has been drugged and propped up as head of this Reich. It's discovered Gill found the civilization in a state of chaos and despair. His original intention was to introduce a version of Nazi fascism that would quickly stabilize the civilization. Gill and Spock for a moment in the episode acknowledge the accomplishments of Nazi Germany, a small nation, bankrupt and beaten after World War I, with a seemingly impressive turnaround in just over a decade. Gill refers to it as the most efficient society ever created. This small scene actually led to the episode being banned in Germany. Obviously, Gill didn't learn from history, and his undertaking led to a repeat of the brutalism of Earth's Third Reich, which is the great lesson of the episode. It's just unfortunately presented very late in the episode, and therefore can't be fully explored. It's also extremely reductionist to call the Third Reich the most efficient society ever created. Nazi Germany was more than flashy uniforms and short-sighted military success. One could easily argue post-war Western Germany was even more efficient. By 1955, Germany's economy surpassed pre-war levels, with even greater productivity than the UK. This episode had a lot of potential, and though condemns National Socialism, also sadly romanticizes it to a degree, something that frequently continues to happen, particularly on the internet. The episode would have been very powerful had they discovered Gill early in the episode and unwound how it all went wrong, with parallels to the true awfulness of National Socialism, from the nepotism, political corruption, command economy failings, to the party politics interfering and overlapping with every state agency and bureaucracy. Never mind the bloody moral failings, which we all know too well. Alright, I'm Johnny, thank you for watching. All being said, still a very enjoyable Trek episode. It's a 1960s sci-fi drama. They aren't going to get it perfect every time. Anyway, do like, subscribe, or comment, but most importantly, do take care and have a nice rest of your day.